woman said, then shot her an apologetic look. "I know it's none of my business, but he's gorgeous." Nikki chuckled at the description, but as far as she was concerned, the woman was right. She'd taken the photo of him 3 months ago, right before Tyler had left for Liberia. As former military, he still wore his hair short. Add to that a 5 o'clock shadow in those familiar brown eyes that could always see straight through her, and yeah, he was definitely gorgeous. He's... Nikki paused, trying to find a logical response to the question. "Honestly, I'm not sure what to call him. It's a long story, actually, and a bit complicated." Nikki slipped the photo back into the e-reader. She never talked about her personal life with strangers, or her job, and certainly not her relationships. And talking about Tyler was definitely personal. 3 months ago, he'd left for Liberia to work with the State Department in an effort to help improve regional stability. That, and to figure out how to deal with life as a single dad and widower. But before he left, he'd asked her to wait for him. Something she was still half certain she'd dreamed up, because not very long ago she would have laughed at the idea of falling in love with her best friend's husband. Then, somehow over the past few months, everything had changed. "I've got time for complicated," the other woman grinned. "Because by the look in your eyes, I'm thinking you're already smitten." "You can tell that by my eyes." No, Nikki wasn't ready to believe that she was actually that far gone. "Definitely. I've always been told I'm perceptive. When it comes to other people's relationships, anyway. My own perceptions of men usually leave something to be desired." Nikki laughed, still not ready to admit the woman was right. "For now, he's just a friend. Well, maybe a bit more than a friend. He's been overseas the past 3 months, so we've never even been on an official date. I've been waiting for him to come back so we can figure things out." 3 months in Liberia had been the perfect combination of time away to figure out his new role in life, as well as giving him the extra experience he needed that would allow him a foothold into a new career path here in the U.S. Nikki's finger ran along the edge of his photo. And time for him to decide if he was ready to start a new relationship after losing Katie. Something she knew she couldn't do for him. What she hoped, though, was that after being away for so long, he discovered there was a place for her, full-time, in his life. The woman beside her glanced down at the book she'd been reading. "Sounds far more romantic than this story. So, no wedding plans yet?" "Wedding plans?" Nikki felt a blush creep across her face at the personal question. No. They definitely weren't at that stage. Not that she hadn't thought about it. When that day did come, she knew her mother would try to talk her only daughter into a large, catered reception in some swanky Nashville hotel ballroom. But all she wanted was a small wedding and reception at her church, with family and a few close friends. She brushed away the thought. No. A wedding, even if it does happen, won't be for a long, long time. The plane hit another pocket of turbulence, rattling the carts in the galley behind them. Nikki glanced out the window at the darkening sky, wondering if the bad weather was going to follow them all the way to Nashville. The problem was, talking about Tyler was not only personal, it was still new. Something she preferred to think about while she was by herself. And while her mother had a habit of trying to set her up with men she believed to be the perfect marriage material, Nikki hadn't even told anyone in her family about her relationship with Tyler. Which was why saying it out loud made it feel real. While he'd been in Liberia, they'd stayed connected via Skype and texts. And while they hadn't exactly skirted around the subject of their relationship, it wasn't the same as the two of them sitting down face to face and exploring their feelings. But she hadn't minded. Building a relationship that went